With Mike retired from basketball and playing baseball, Tinker had to design the Air Jordan 10 without his input or assistance. So instead of focusing on his needs, he focused on his history. Something we would see happening a lot more once retros became a big deal. This is the Air Jordan 10 and the story behind the shoe. Mike was a Birmingham Baron, for the moment at least, and Nike was left to create a basketball shoe for the greatest player of the game without his help. The result was the Air Jordan 10. Design-wise, Tinker didn't take a lot of risk with the shoe. Yes, it was different than the Air Jordan 9, but the basic shape remained the same, and it seems as if Tinker relied a lot on the designs of the past models to really shape the look and feel of the 10. Like the Jordan 9, a new lacing system was used that made it easier to tighten up your shoes. Instead of the plastic used on the 9, Tinker opted to use elastic bands that enable the lacing system. Other parts of the Jordan 10 that stood out were the pull tab on the heel, the Phylon midsole, and the graphic-based ankle collar. When originally released, the Air Jordan 10 dropped in 8 colorways, 5 of which were part of a city series for Chicago, Orlando, New York, Sacramento, and Seattle. At the time, Mike wasn't playing, so Nike had to employ other tactics to get people interested in the shoe. Nike also continued using a mix of materials on the upper. Some models were made with full-grain leather, while others used suede on the upper, such as the Black Shadow version. As I mentioned before, Tinker's work on the Air Jordan 10 was without Mike playing, and Nike looked at the shoe as sort of a dedication to his career. If you look at the outsole, you'll see that it listed Jordan's career achievements on the alternating stripes. Fortunately for those that love basketball, the MLB went on strike and Mike ended up returning to the game of basketball on March 19, 1995 against the Indiana Pacers with the simple words, "I'm back." That year, he helped the Bulls to the playoffs, but in the meantime, went for 55 points against the New York Knicks at the Madison Square Garden. Unfortunately, the Bulls ended up falling to the Orlando Magic, which were led by Penny Hardaway and Shaquille O'Neal. 10 years after their introduction, Jordan Brand brought back the Jordan 10 in several different colorways. Some are a reflection of the original colorways, while others were completely different and they walked their own path. This is the time when Nike also started to retro past Jordans like the 1, the 2, and the 3. For all they knew, he was done playing basketball and they wanted to catch on whatever hype he had left. Luckily, he returned and the legacy of the Air Jordan was able to start all over again. I am your host, Jacques Slade, and this is the Air Jordan 10.